Happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload videos every single day. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, they're undergoing the Andy Dalton experience, and it got off to a rough start. We've already realizing that Dallas misses Dak Prescott more than we even thought. I mean, the Andy Dalton experience got off to about the worst start you could possibly get off to. The beginning wasn't even his fault. Zeke coughed the ball up twice. 2 fumbles led to 2 touchdowns. And before Andy Dalton could wipe his nose, they were down 21-0. And it only got worse from there. They end up losing to the Arizona Cardinals, who's a very inconsistent team. I mean, Arizona Cardinals team is a team that's lost to Carolina and to Detroit. Like, they're very inconsistent. But they look like the 85 Bears today. Andy Dalton threw 2 picks. Zeke fumbled twice. And they just look out of whack. 38-10 bludgeoning by the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray actually started this game off pretty trash. Like, he couldn't complete any passes, and then he hit a deep ball to Christian Kirk, and it was over after that. That man was scrambling for touchdowns, throwing touchdowns, just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. He finished with, and then King and Drake had a hell of a performance. Kyler Murray only had 9 completions. Like, think about that. Kyler Murray only had 9 completions. DeAndre Hopkins, I think, only had 2 catches. One was for 60 yards. But 2 catches, no touchdowns, and you lose by 28 points to the Cardinals. That's awful. I mean, we know this Dallas defense is horrible, and they've been horrible all year. They're giving up over 36, 37 points per game. 36, 37 points per game through the first, 6 games? Just horrible. 36, 37 points per game through this first 6 games, horrible. But one thing that we always accused, and I'm a product of that as well, we accused Dak Prescott of getting what Shannon Sharp calls empty calories. All these, crazy numbers because they would get them because they were losing. They was always losing. The defense is horrible. It's like one of the worst in the league. It gives up 37 points per game. Dallas averages over 30 a game, but a lot of people believe that's because they just get to throw the ball the whole time because they're always losing. Well, Andy Dalton had that same opportunity. Like I said, before he sneezed, Zeke had fumbled twice. They don't want to give him the ball, and you're down 21-0. And all Andy Dalton produced for you was 34 or 54. Like I said, 2 picks, 1 garbage touchdown at the very end of the game, and only less than 5 yards of completion. 266 yards, less than 5 yards of completion when you're down 21-0. When you lose by 28 points. That's horrible. He is no Dak Prescott. They missed Dak more than we thought. Andy Dalton, a lot of people thought it'd be, very similar. He'd come in and run the offense similar to the way Dak does. Hell no. He is no Dak Prescott. And they miss Dak, and they are going to miss Dak the rest of the way. Now, lucky for them, like we keep saying, they play in the worst division in football. The first team to, six, maybe 7 wins is going to win you this division. But you might win it with 6. You might win it with 6, but 7 wins will for sure you a playoff spot. And can Andy Dalton get you 5 more wins in 10 games? Can he win 5 of his next 10? I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look at their schedule. They got their next 3 games. Their next 4 games. They should win 3 out of the next 4. They play the Washington football team on the road. They're on the road versus the Eagles. They play at home against Pittsburgh. They'll lose that one. And then they play on the road against the Vikings, who looks just as bad as Dallas. Like, Vikings are one of the worst football teams in the league. They just got curb stomped by the Atlanta Falcons. So, I mean, Dallas, their toughest games left on the schedule, on December 3rd, they play at the Ravens. They play Baltimore at Baltimore. But they play at home against the 49ers, who could be up or down. They're very inconsistent. But the only for sure losses that I believe, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, those are 2 for sure losses. But the rest of these games are winnable. So think about that. You're already at 6 down. Not to say they're not going to win the rest of these games. They're not going to win 8 out of the next 10, right? They're not going to go 8-2 down the stretch. But besides Baltimore and besides Pittsburgh, those are the only games that you really should lose. Now, 49ers can play well a lot, but then they can play really bad at times. So they're very inconsistent. But I mean, if you could go say you lose to the 49ers, the rest of these games you can win. You got at the Bengals. You got Washington twice in this stretch. You got the Eagles twice. You got the Giants left on this schedule. So those are winnable games. These divisional games are definitely winnable. But, whoo-wee, it's going to be a long season without Dak Prescott. This might work in Dak's favor in getting his money because Andy Dalton ain't that guy. He only got sacked 3 times. But 34 completions, only 266 yards, 5 yards of completion, it's not going to get the job done. Not when your running back's fumbling twice. Not when you have all these weapons, Amari Cooper, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, all these guys, and you can't get me over 5 yards of completion? Can't get me over 5 yards of completion? It's not going to work, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But like I said, Andy Dalton is not Dak Prescott. People took for granted Dak. And now it's showing, especially with how bad this defense is. And it is bad, like very bad. And you can't have 4 turnovers when you have a defense this bad. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Ball Sports Network. I'll see you next time.